Well, good morning. Day 5. So last night I stayed at the Deer Lick shelter, and there was a man with me who, in the one shelter, there were two separate shelters that each could hold about 4 people, and then there was a man who stayed in the shelter with me, who was on his second hike of the trail, a retired pharmacist from Ohio. And then the other one was a man from Massachusetts who was hiking south to, I think he said, to Shenandoah area, and then was going to head back. And he was hiking with his dog. It rained a good amount last night. There's a little bit of thunder and lightning, and then a whippoorwill at 5 o'clock started making a lot of noise. And then it moved a little bit and then it made the same noise again, just in a different direction. All right, so plan for today is either a little bit over 10 miles to Rocky Mountain Shelter, or about 16 miles to, oh gosh, I forgot the name of the other shelter that's up there, 16 miles away. We'll have to see how it goes. Looks like there's one view along the way, and I think we also go through or near a state park. It's going to be raining again today, and it's going to stay cold. So it's going to be challenging. All right. Well, as always, if I see anything interesting, I will grab a picture or some video, and I will see you in a bit. And here's what the trail is looking like right now. There's a woodpecker right there. Nice bridge over a stream. I don't know. Not quite a river. Oh, looks like there's a second half up here. Let's keep going. Hey, what's that thing up there in the sky? It's the sun. Haven't seen much of that the past couple days. There's a rabbit. Made it to the top of a climb, and this is the view from Chimney Rock. Not bad. From what I hear, we only get about 2 views in all of Pennsylvania, and this is one of them. So I stopped at the Rocky Mountain Shelter for some lunch, and a nice shelter. Water was tough to get to, so. But anyways, I ran into somebody that I had stayed at a shelter with 2 nights ago, earlier, and he said that the Quarry Gap, I remembered what it was called, the Quarry Gap shelter was the best one in Pennsylvania. So I'm pushing on to that one, the Quarry Gap shelter. It's another 5.5 miles, but it doesn't look elevation-wise to be too challenging. I think there's really only one climb, and it's only a couple hundred feet. So nothing like the 1,000 I did earlier today. Still doing okay. Feet are starting to hurt a little bit. Just having to, sort of put your feet down differently than what you're used to on, flat land in Florida. Especially going down, I'm putting a lot more pressure on the balls of my feet, and so they're starting to hurt a little bit. But otherwise, everything's relatively normal. All right, so like I say, I've got a few more miles to go to get to Quarry Gap and stay there for the night. There's a state park along the way, Caledonia, I want to say. So maybe I'll stop there for a minute and grab some water before pushing on to the end. All right, so here's what the trail looks like right now. I'll see you in a bit. And Caledonia State Forest. And there's the White Lake. All right, well, I made it to Quarry Gap Shelter. All right. Oh, that's nice. A central area to sit. Looks like there's 2 shelters on either side. Got a covered picnic table over there. A swing chair, a couple platforms for tents. Oh, and is that a gnome? Or is it a gnome? I'm not sure. Looks like the privy's up there. All right. Nice shelter. Glad I finally made it. All right, well, it is a little bit after 8 o'clock, and we did the whole 15.9 miles to the Quarry Gap shelters, and it's a pretty nice shelter. I showed some of that in the earlier. Just a couple other guys here with me. Cobra, who I met up with a couple nights ago, and Strider, who's through hiked several trails, and he's planning to go through, complete the Appalachian Trail, not ending at Katahdin, but doing the International Appalachian Trail, which goes further into Canada. So he's got still a lot ahead of him. All right, so let's see. Planned for tomorrow isn't as much as today. And then I think the following day I'm going to do what's called a Nero. I'm going to do a shorter hike and then get into a small town and stay the day in the town and do a hostel for the evening. So, take a little bit of pressure off my feet for a little bit. So that's what's happening tomorrow. All right, so today, who are we thinking? Our siblings. So, um, Elizabeth and Kevin, um, Ricky and Susan, and Terry and Tim, you all have been so supportive over the years. And I know that if Jen needs some help while I'm away, she's going to be able to call, especially the our local siblings, for that help that she might need. And so, as always, I hope you know that we appreciate you, and thank you. All right, as always, if you stuck through to the end, I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow on the trail.